Edible freaking roadways. Roads are awesome. Crops are awesome. And combining two awesome things together makes them even more awesome than before. We're going to combine those awesome crops with those awesome roads to make edible freaking roadways. Hey, so what are edible roadways? They're crops that replace every street, sidewalk, bridge, tunnel. Wait, aren't shady spots bad places to grow plants? Who cares? Anyway, edible roadways are crops that replace every street, sidewalk, bridge, and tunnel with edible freaking roadways. Because we all know if you take two good ideas and jam them together, you automatically get one super awesome great idea. At Edible Roadways, we know we have competition in the road replacement business. Our solar-based competitors claim that they can replace the entire road with solar panels, but they're lying. It's just solar panels on top of a regular road. Wait, are you making that up? No, I couldn't make this up if I tried. Look at the picture. It's a regular concrete road with a layer of glass-covered solar panels just sitting on top. So then they aren't replacing the road. They're just covering the regular road with a glass road on top. Oh no, it's much worse than that. When they told everyone they were going to save money by replacing the roads, they seem to have forgotten that first they'll need to build a special concrete road with a zillion threaded rods carefully and accurately embedded into it. Then they can place their solar panels on top of that special road. So now instead of maintaining one road, you have two roads to maintain. A concrete road underneath a glass road. And if you need to get at the concrete road to maintain it, and they all need maintenance, you have to remove the solar panels. Then you have to work around all these millions of tiny threaded rods without damaging them, because if you damage one and have to remove it, that's going to be a real nightmare. Then once you're done, you have to replace all of the solar panels. Does this really sound cheaper than a regular road? On top of that, all of these threaded rods are going to start acting like point loads on the concrete once the tiles start shifting around, which is only going to accelerate wear and tear. So what's the answer to all this? Edible freaking roadways. Why waste your time on solar panels when you can be growing food that real humans can eat? None of us can eat electricity. What do you think I am, a freaking robot? Edible roadways are so much better because they're so much simpler. There's no need for solar panels, no need for a concrete roadway, no need for any more bad ideas. And while we're on the topic of bad ideas, current farming practices require vast irrigation systems to bring in water for all of the plants and animals. Did you know that farm plants and farm animals are made almost entirely of water? It's true. Corporations have worked to keep this secret from you for some time, but it's time for us to tap into this unlimited resource. It's time to stop wasteful artificial irrigation practices. It's time to stop listening to people who just want to take all your money. It's time to start looking at the future. Edible roadways covered in edible plants and animals that contain so much water they can even water themselves. It's a good idea, and therefore the details are irrelevant, and it must work, right? Edible Roadways holds the promise to turn our troubled economy around. Once fully implemented, we won't rest until every American citizen gets their own shovel, and we can work to maintain these roads together. I'm skeptical that this could work. Is this really possible? Of course, I made this video, didn't I? Plus, the government gave us funding, and we know they'd never throw money behind a bad idea. Edible freaking roadways. If you'll just fund us, we can take two ideas that are good when they're separate, jam them together, and then it simply has to work. If we work together, we can take a relatively simple and robust system and replace it with all sorts of fragile, complex crap, and then we'll raise millions of dollars by convincing everyone that this will somehow be cheaper than what we already have. If we work together, we'll push ideas that will sound good to those with no scientific background, but we'll offer no evidence showing that this can actually work in the real world. If we work together, we'll convince people that we're legitimate because the government has given us funding. People will take this as evidence that we're legitimate, even though the government has given bad money to bad ideas time and time again. Once people believe that we're legitimate, they'll give us millions of dollars. Wait, you're not even talking about edible roadways anymore. Now you're just pointing out all the flaws in solar roadways.